And good morning. It's a rainy Friday morning in Jasper, Alabama, but it's going to be a beautiful day despite the rain. We're going to have a great day today. It's Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX, and joining us this morning, I've got two members of Eagles Wings. Their ministry is a singing ministry. We'll talk about, are they a bluegrass band or are they a gospel band? We'll figure that out before the hour's over with. But it's Debbie and Matt Wilson are with us today from Eagles Wings, and you guys have been. It's a mom and a son, so you guys have been together for a long time. But you guys have been singing together for quite a long time.
We have.
Tell us about the start, because you were singing as was it Family Circle before Eagles Wings?
That was back in the 80s when Matthew was just a little boy. Back in the 80s with my dad and my husband. My husband played the drums at that time, and my dad played the guitar, and my brother was with us. It was a family group, family circle, so it was a family group. And we did Southern Gospel, strictly Southern Gospel with electric guitars and piano and the whole bit back then. And that went on until 87, I think.
I was 9. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So,
he was a little guy back in those days.
right, and then we all just, going to church together and singing. And for a long time, it was just, when we first got in church in 79, it was my dad and myself and my husband with just flat top guitar, and I'm sure they call them just acoustic now. They don't say flat top. That's how old I am.
I like hearing flat top guitar though.
And we were asked, we'd be asked to sing a lot in churches and stuff for revivals and, and funerals and weddings and different kind of stuff. And so we went from there, then we started Family Circle. And then same way with Eagles Wings. We were just singing in the church, just Matthew and my brother-in-law Kevin and myself just singing around a microphone with a flat top or a piano or whatever. And then just kind of people started asking us to come sing. And so we formed Eagles Wings.
Yeah.
So that was like in 2008, I think.
Now, how many different albums have y'all put out now? I know that you've got, all your songs are on Spotify, and we'll play a few throughout the interview, but...
Yeah.
All but I think we've done 5.
We've done 5.
We've done 5. The 5th one's not on Spotify yet.
Okay.
I don't think it's out digital yet. But,
so we got more music coming up then.
Yep.
Right. Oh, and even Family Circle did an album back in the 80s, and it's still floating around somewhere out there. Every once in a while, somebody will post a picture. And,
Right, an
an
actual
album
vinyl.
and cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Unironic vinyl. It's real printed in the 80s vinyl.
Right, yeah.
And so every once in a while, somebody will post a picture and say, "Look what I found at the thrift store."
Right.
So we still have some of those too. But yeah, Eagles Wings done 5, and that's been a lot of fun. But an expensive little.
It's a hobby and a ministry, but it costs a little bit too,
right.
And it takes time and effort too.
Yeah, and the joke is you can make tens of dollars in bluegrass.
Right.
Well, my favorite is, do you know how to make $1 million playing bluegrass music?
How's that?
You start with $2 million.
That completely makes sense. That's probably with almost any music career.
Just about. Yeah.
And nowadays, you guys, if you're going to really explode, you got to be a TikTok star or something. You know, my kids, that's what they watch, and I'll say they'll be listening to somebody, and I'll say, "Well, where'd you find them at?" TikTok, and I thought that's not how we found music in our day.
Right.
Now I was joking as we came on that you guys could be a bluegrass band, or you could be a gospel band, or you might just be a country band. What? Tell us a little bit about that, kind of what your musical style is.
Well, like she said, our background is Southern gospel, but honestly around here you'd call it country gospel because it sounds like country music.
Right.
But when we started traveling, we wanted to be more portable, so we went acoustic. And then I learned how to play the mandolin and the banjo a little bit. And then the second anybody heard the banjo twang, they said bluegrass.
Right.
And from then on, it's been bluegrass. We've even been booked at bluegrass things not knowing we were gospel because we only do gospel music.
Right.
But we got hired for something one time.
In Iuka.
And the second we started playing, we could hear are they gospel? Gospel. And it just, my wife was in the back. She said you could see it float around the crowd. They didn't know because up until then, the groups had been playing Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Candy Kisses. I remember the other group played Candy Kisses.
Yeah.
Well, and when I think of bluegrass music, though, I automatically think of spiritual songs too. Like they kind of go hand in hand.
Well,
bluegrass and gospel.
Yeah, even in the secular bluegrass world, they all are going to do gospel music, just like the old, the Grand Ole Opry tradition.
Right.
They always closed with a gospel song. Back in the day, even your country guys. Well, I mean, Hank Williams Sr. wrote
Oh, yeah.
"I Saw the Light."
Hank Williams, not Junior.
Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah.
They
Junior was always drunk, or he's always drunk. And Senior was drunk sometimes.
yeah, but yeah, there's a marriage of them too, all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you said, even in the secular world. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to see Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver one time, and when they were doing their gospel stuff, they were just standing up there nice and doing all their gospel, and then they came back and put their cowboy hats on and did their secular stuff. Then they'd do a gospel song, they'd take the hats back off. So that was so fun.
So we don't wear hats.
Right. And I honestly think any type of music, if you go back to its roots, it goes back to some sort of praise, worship, gospel type music.
Yeah.
I think that's where music started. Music started. It's a God ordained thing.
Absolutely.
Most every artist you hear interviewed, they'll say, "I got my roots in church."
Right. I started
singing in church.
Yeah.
Right. They'll always say that.
And Matt definitely got his start in church.
He did.
But you're now the lead pastor at Central Baptist, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. I took over November of 21.
Mm-hmm.
November of 21.
Yeah.
I started full-time pastoring there.
And that Central Baptist Church in Jasper, it's on Airport Road. If you guys are looking for a church to visit, that's a place to go, and you'll definitely hear some good music, is what I'm thinking.
Sometimes.
And Matt won't tell you if it's good preaching or not, but I bet his mom will say it's great
It
preaching.
really
It might
is.
not be good, but it's long.
It's long, so you can get a nap in if nothing else.
I tell my folks, I go one or the other, short or long. I tell my folks, I'm going to get you at the chicken place with no crowd. You're either going to beat them,
Right.
or they're going to be
or
gone.
you'll be after them. Yeah.
One or the other.
And on a Sunday at Lee's Chicken, there's always a long line.
We're just trying to beat Northside.
Now, tell me a little bit about your music, about specific songs. Most of what you guys play are original songs, right?
Yes, sir. No, talking before, like you said, live, we do a lot of covers because people want to hear these old familiar songs done our way, with some banjos and some mandolins. But recording, we do mostly original just because it's too expensive to do covers. You know? And been blessed to all of us. My dad has a back catalog still of probably over 200 original songs that we haven't gotten to.
Oh wow!
So and my uncle writes, and we're the primary. This last album that we've done is all original, and it does thankfully have some other. Mom's got a song on it. One of my other uncles has some songs on it. One of our best friends out of Mississippi, Jessica Horton, wrote a song for us, and y'all remember that name, Jessica Horton.
She's going to be a star.
She's going to be a star. She just got hired at Dollywood to be some of the local.
That's my favorite theme park
talent.
is Dollywood.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
It's
love
the best. Good music. It's what Opryland used to be.
Yeah, and they're super nice. It's not like going to Six Flags.
Yeah.
The Dollywood folks are super nice.
Like they like you're there.
Yeah. They care about you being there.
Yeah.
And Dolly makes some great fudge too.
And pies. I found out pies as well. Yeah.
Now, do you write a lot of the music as well, or a lot of songs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've written a bunch. You can kind of see the songwriters on the back of the album. You can tell when one of us had some inspiration because it's like one of the albums I've got like 6 songs on it.
Oh yeah.
And then one of them my dad's got like 5 songs, and then it fluctuates like that. But yeah, we've all written a good deal. Yeah.
Where do you pull a lot of the inspiration from? Is it just everyday life, or
Mine has always been straight out of the Bible, especially my early songs. You can, my wife and my daughters and I were talking about it the other day. all of my early songs were either sermons that I preached and then I wrote a song, or a song I wrote and I had to find some Bible to go with it and I turned it into a sermon. But yeah, a lot of them you can if you found the passage in the Bible, you could track that I just went through and put rhyming words in there.
Right. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna steal something,
Sure.
I think stealing it out of the Bible is the best place.
Probably a good spot.
Yeah, you don't have to get copyright.
Right. Yeah.
But one of the songs he actually wrote, "Can These Bones Live?" And it's it's based on the sermon in the Bible where the
Literally a phrase out of the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Other than that, it's testimony stuff. I mean, some of them you wish you weren't able to write. But,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But unfortunately, we all go through some. I have a good friend that's a pastor around the area, preacher around the area, and anytime we talk about our past, he's like, "Man, we were just building testimonies,
Right. Yeah.
It's like some of it was rough, but some good songs came out of it.
It's all God inspired though.
You got to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said. Writing songs, if you're not going to be honest, you're wasting your time.
Oh, definitely.
Because the Christian community has a long time put that stuff under the rug.
Right.
And I think it's done a disservice to us. We've all just slapped on a happy smile and pretended like we were good.
Yeah, we can't all just be shiny, happy people all the
No,
time.
you got to know everybody suffers and everybody goes through stuff. So
Yeah.
that's between those two. That's pretty much where all our songs come from. So.
Yeah. I checked out a few just on the Facebook page, and that's something people should know. They can go to your Facebook page and check out a lot of things. It's just Eagles Wings on Facebook. And I was when Woody first brought the idea up, I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Have them on coming in. But I was thinking in the back of my mind, I've seen singings, and but you guys are really, really good. It is really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, before we came on the air, you had said, back in the day, you were traveling all over the place and singing every weekend, but times have kind of changed. There's
have.
not as many groups out there, and there's not as many singings as there used to be.
Back when Family Circle sang, you didn't have you didn't have TV with 300 channels.
Right.
You couldn't get a ball game every day.
Yeah.
So people were glad to get out and go to a singing, but times have changed. And now, not only that, you've got all the Spotify, you've got all of those venues where you can get your music, and you just don't. Churches don't have the singings because people just don't support them like they used to.
Right.
And we do get a lot of calls wanting us to come and sing, but a lot of times it's during morning service or afternoon service, and we can't do that because, like we said, Matthew's our pastor, and Kevin, my brother-in-law, he's our song director and stuff, and so we can't take those kinds of singings. We'll sing on Sundays if we can get to a place within 1 hour of our church service ending.
Right.
If we can get there within an hour, that gives us time to set up and sing, and we'll do some of those if they're close enough. And on Saturdays, we've got singings booked in. We went to Georgia here a while back on a Saturday, and we're going to Mississippi pretty soon here to Poncha something. I don't remember. Pontotoc.
Yeah, that's the
Pontotoc, yeah.
We're going to Pontotoc pretty soon.
Yeah, Pontotoc's pretty close to
Yeah.
Tupelo, too.
Yeah, so we've got some singings on Saturday nights out of the area, but on Sundays we have to keep it close,
Yeah. Yeah.
So we don't sing as much as we used to, and like we said, we used to do a bunch of the conventions and stuff, and we'd go to National Quartet Convention. In 2013, we went to National Quartet Convention, and we did the daytime showcase thing that they do, and we actually won the showcase that day and got to sing that night on main stage.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of people calling wanting us to come sing, but hey, we can't go.
We can't go
'cause
to
he's our
Maryland on a
pastor.
Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
And then two, we don't have a bus, so we're traveling in 5 different cars because we've got, we were represented by 5 different families.
Right.
And so that gets pretty expensive, for 5 hotel rooms for a week and different things like that. So we cut that stuff out. We said we just can't do that. We would still do one over in Oxford, Alabama, but then they canceled that one out. They decided to quit doing that one this last year. So, but we would do that one every year, and but it was time consuming too. It was like from Thursday through Saturday, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We loved doing it because we've met so many good singers and good people all over the world that we would get to see.
Yeah.
And so we hate to see that close because, we don't get to see those singers because most of my Facebook friends are singing buddies from all over the U.S.,
Right. Well, and singings used to be a good draw to churches, because I remember in the church I grew up in, when we would have a singing, there'd be people come from all over.
Right.
It wouldn't just be our church folk.
Right.
There'd be people from plenty of other churches. And
Right.
my
Chur-
wife tells stories about her family. They'd all jump in the back of a pickup truck and ride to any church around Coleman.
Right.
And we used to do that too. We used to call them diesel sniffers.
Yeah.
You're just following the diesels down the road, and you do still get that. We get that, and we know that too, and that's really important. That you'll get people that'll come to a singing that won't step foot in a church on Sunday.
Right.
And that's another reason why we want to make sure we're pulling our songs from the Bible and from
Yeah.
personal testimonies and stuff. This might be the only Jesus they're exposed to.
Right.
You know.
Well, and I think with your guys' style too, having that bluegrass sound to it, it almost seems like it would pick up even more people
It
who
does.
wouldn't typically go to a church service.
It does. It has a little more appeal.
Well,
you know.
it's a live band.
Right.
That's a big thing too.
That's a big thing. It's
Yeah.
a live band.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people, of course, that brings its own set of problems because a lot of people don't know how to mix a live band.
That's true.
But at the same time, people will come because we do have instruments.
Yeah.
And they want to see, they
back
like
in
them.
the mid to late '90s, it just got too expensive.
Right.
So everybody went canned music, and that's fine. It's super professional. But I have always said I would rather hear a bad band than a good soundtrack any
Oh,
day.
me too. Yeah.
We see that. People just respond to that live music, and if you mess up, you just keep vamping until everybody's ready. You know, that tape keeps going. It's unrelenting.
Right. And most of the time, if you mess up when you're playing the music yourself, nobody ever even knows it.
Yeah.
But if you mess up to a soundtrack or something,
People are forgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up there. They know you're out there giving it your all. I mean, you know.
yeah, that's true.
We
And-
usually have a good response, but I think a
It's
lot
all
of it
because
is
of that stupid banjo. You know,
Now, who was the first one to pick up the banjo?
I was.
So it's your fault.
It was my fault, but I never learned how to play I learned how to play the banjo. I never became a banjo player.
Right.
Right. But then when we got a real banjo player in there, every group has the person they pick on, right? In me, it's the banjo player because everybody loves. It is shocking to see people's faces when that banjo fires up. I
Right.
mean, they just love it. Toes tapping, and I could be doing cartwheels, playing till my knuckles bleed, sweating all over the place. I'm turning me and Bob Seger. I'm turning the page every
Right.
night, and it don't matter.
Right.
And they'll come up to me and say, "That banjo player's good." And I'm like, "Why don't you go tell him?"
Right. Go tell the banjo player. What about this guy?
No, I say that, but we would not be the same without him.
Yeah.
Jacob Patterson's his name's from Mississippi. He's a fantastic musician, young man,
Yeah.
loves the Lord, dedicated. He might be more dedicated than we are because he drives an hour and a half to get here.
Oh, definitely
You
so.
know?
Yeah.
Fantastically talented young man, plays mandolin, guitar, bass, probably anything we put in his hand. But yeah, man, it shapes the sound so much. Whatever.
Now I do hear that y'all have the best roadie in the business.
Well, we've got two of them. One of them's sitting here with us. My uncle Durwood. Y'all know him as Woody.
Yeah.
He's as loyal as anybody in the group too, as faithful, and to help us. We've got another one of our deacons in the church, Josh Black. He typically travels with us, and he's younger than all of us, so we let him carry the heavy stuff.
That's a
most
good
of the time.
idea. Yeah. That's why I have a lot of children. When Woody and I go to ball games, they carry a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't know that we'd be able to do it if we didn't have some faithful folks traveling with us and helping, and because age, she does not give up.
Yeah, definitely. So. Well, I want to remind everybody that we're talking to Eagles Wings today, or two of the members from Eagles Wings. It's Debbie and Matt Wilson, and we're going to take a break real quick here on Live at 9. And as I go to break, I'm going to go ahead and find one of your songs here on Spotify. So when we come back, I'm going to play a few ad spots, and after those ad spots, we'll hit one of your songs, and then we'll talk about whichever song we play. When we come back, we'll kind of tell the story behind it and that sort of thing. So take a break here on Live at 9 with James Phillips. Be right back on WJLX.
evening, the disciples on the boat saw a spirit on the water deep and wide. Peter cried, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee. Jesus said, step on out, son, and leave the boat behind. Well, Peter looked around at all his buddies on the boat, and they all thought that he had lost his mind. 'Cause he jumped up to his feet, he climbed over the side, but before they could stop him, he'd left the boat behind. And he said, I'm gonna step out on the water with my Lord. I'm laying my life in his hand. I'm not turning back now, 'cause blessings of God lie somewhere between the boat and the sand. Faith that take the lead before you look kind. Well, be of good courage and put your trust in God, and then step out on the water and leave the boat behind. Then you can say, I stepped out on the water with my Lord. I'm laying my life in his hand. I'm not turning back now, 'cause blessings of God lie somewhere between the boat and the sand. Then you can say, I stepped out on the water with my Lord. I'm laying my life in his hand. I'm not turning back now, 'cause blessings of God lie somewhere between the boat and the sand. Oh, I'm not turning back now, 'cause blessings of God lie somewhere between the boat and the sand.
And that was Between the Boat and the Sand by Eagles Wings. And we've got a couple members of Eagles Wings here with us today on Live at 9. We've got Debbie and Matt Wilson. And man, if anybody's driving around in Jasper, Alabama right now, they probably need a boat. I don't think there's a lot of sand out there. It is pouring down outside, and we can hear it in here even. But do y'all do a song about Noah?
No, not yet, but I'm being inspired as we speak.
You could write it right now.
Yeah, maybe.
Tell us a little bit about that song. Matt, you said you wrote that one, right?
Yes, sir. No, that's not the first song I ever wrote. That was the first time I ever sat and wanted to write a quote-unquote bluegrass song. Fast, whatever. It's straight from the Bible. It's Peter's story. Peter's one of my favorite people in the Bible. I like that he's impetuous. I like that he opens mouth, talks before brain engages.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
I like that. I like that he drew down on a Roman soldier when he didn't have a chance. But that's what that is. That's it takes some faith to get in the boat. It does. But the real show of faith was way between the boat and the sand. It was out on the water. Like I said, people say it all the time. You say what you want about Peter, but he's the only one that walked on water.
Right. Yeah.
At least he jumped out of the boat.
He did give it that shot.
Yeah. And that's that's true. That's true faith. It's between the boat and the sand.
Well, and I think that says a lot about us today too. Like you got to take that step a lot of times. And it's hard to take that first step.
That line's in the song. You got to take the leap. The take the leap before you look kind of faith. And you got to get out.
Now, Debbie, you mentioned that you guys have a concert coming up in Pontotoc, Mississippi, but nearby you've got something coming up tomorrow, right?
We do. We'll be in Gardendale tomorrow at the Gardendale Civic Center. There'll be lots of groups there. It's actually starting tonight, I believe, and it's a 2-day event, but we'll sing tomorrow around 1. And I don't know who all's going to be there, but it's going to be a big lineup.
A lot of good groups. Yeah.
So is it a gospel kind of 2-day gospel event?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And the gospel or the Gardendale Civic Center is a great venue too. It's a good place. They got good acoustics and you guys are going to tear up the stage there.
I don't know. We'll try our best. But
we sung there last year. Yeah, it's a It's a good venue, good event. Yeah.
Dennis Williams is the one that's promoting it. I think he has Never Too Late Ministries. He's the one that's putting that on. And he's booking a lot of groups right now. He's staying really busy. I think he just booked Jason Crabb somewhere. And so he's working really hard. But it's a good thing he's doing. But it ought to be a good day. You know,
y'all hit the stage about 1 o'clock.
about
you said?
1.
Yes, sir.
Everything will start tomorrow, I think, from 12. I think it goes from 12 until 5.
Okay.
So, it won't be too late either if you're wanting to go out, and you'll be back home in plenty of time to get your rest and eat supper, and so it'll be good. It should be a good day,
And hopefully you won't need a boat to get there.
hopefully.
I hope not.
Now, do y'all know where can people go to find out more information about it? Is there a certain Facebook page or anything? Or?
To find out about that, you know what? I'm not sure.
Okay.
But there might be a Facebook page about it. Dennis probably has something, but
And remind everybody his name, Dennis.
Dennis Williams. What was the name of his?
Never Too Late Ministries.
Okay, yeah. So you guys check that out. Dennis Williams, Never Too Late Ministries. If you want to see Eagles Wings, tomorrow they're going to be in Gardendale at the Gardendale Civic Center. And as they said, it's a 2-day event. So gospel music today, tonight, and tomorrow. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then next Saturday on the 17th, we're going to be doing a benefit singing for Bubba Hallman and Shay,
Oh,
for
okay.
Bubba and Shay Hallman. So
Yeah.
over at the old Victory Christian Academy
Yeah.
at 2200 Gamble Avenue. We'll be doing that next Saturday. There'll be 2-3 groups there, and it's going to be a benefit for them. So everybody knows Bubba.
Right.
Come out and help.
What
support
time does
them.
it start?
I think 5 o'clock that evening. 5
Okay.
o'clock next Saturday on the 17th.
Yeah, so go next Saturday too. And football season's basically it's over now. So there's nothing to do on a Saturday. Get out there and enjoy some live music.
Yeah, we always say we love Saturday night singings are our absolute favorite because Sunday afternoons. I mean, we appreciate all the Sunday afternoons, but some of them folks have been guilted into staying.
Right.
But if they come out on a Saturday night, they came on purpose.
They're there to
They're there to
hear
have a
some
good
music.
time. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, what can people expect from a Eagles Wings concert?
I would expect, to me, you're not there to have a good time, quote unquote. Oh, we're on camera. Can I do that? Quote, unquote.
Yeah.
You're not there to have a good time, but if you're not having a good time, I mean, come on.
I think Jesus wants you to be having a good time.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
We've always said, I have always said about our group, we want to uplift your heart. We want your hearts to be lifted and your toes to be tapping.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to get. I said it before, honesty. We are what we are. We're not going to pretend to be anything else. It might look like a disorganized mess sometimes. We may call out requests from the audience. It don't matter.
Right.
But
A little organized chaos.
Right.
yeah,
That's my life usually.
yeah.
Now, you'd mentioned earlier about the bluegrass. What was it that your dad said about adding bluegrass to it?
Yeah, we like to do some cover songs sometimes.
Yeah.
And my husband would always say, let's just throw a little grass on it and throw a little seed on it and see if the grass will grow.
Yeah.
And so we did that a lot of times with some of the cover songs that we would do, because there's one song that we do called If He Hung the Moon, and it's an old Kurt Talley song. And it was probably written in the 90s. And I always loved the song, and I would always do it at church as a solo on the piano or something like that. And then when we started Eagles Wings, I told him, I said, I want us to do this song. And Matthew just, no. And I said, look, I can hear some mandolin in this song. I can hear it.
Right.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
She ain't gonna play it, but she can hear it.
It's up to you to work it in there.
And so we started doing it, and really it's one of our most requested songs, isn't
Yeah.
it, when we go? And we'll take it out of our mix sometimes because it's about 5 minutes long, and so we took it out because it takes so long, especially on some of these conventions when you've got 12 minutes to sing.
Right.
You don't want to take up 5 minutes on one song.
Right.
And so,
Got a producer in the back.
but then somebody will inevitably request it, and we wind up doing it anyway. So that's one of those that I think it took the seed well.
Grass grew pretty well.
The grass
we
grew
like
on that one.
Yeah.
We did the other best one. You talked about it. It's up there. We can't play it because it's copyright. But when I wake up to sleep no more, a lot of your folks, if they listen to Southern Gospel, will know that from the Inspirations, famous song from them, and we performed that at the National Quartet Convention in front of the inspiration.
Oh, wow. That's
And then they got up the next night and they did it anyway, the way it was supposed to sound.
right. I wonder, did you get any feedback from them on it?
Yeah, we went and talked to them about it.
Cool.
Yeah. Matter of fact, some of that group, after they left, they formed another group. We were able to actually do it with them.
Oh, that's
one
cool.
time at our church.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun because some of those guys were my heroes growing up. Got pictures of me as a kid imitating some of them, you know.
Yeah.
But so that was a lot of fun. They liked it.
Now, what are some of the other cover songs that you guys typically do, and just some that everybody's going to know?
Midnight Cry is on there. A lot of folks know Midnight Cry from Gold City.
Yeah.
We like to do hymn songs. We like to do hymns. If anybody knows who Bart Millard is from Mercy Me, he did a fantastic project one time called Hymned. And we kind of took some inspiration from that and turned some of them into bluegrass stuff. And,
I remember hearing some. What's some of them that you do?
Pass Me Not, actually, I think is on Spotify. I think it's an interesting arrangement. I kind of stole most of it from Bart Millard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Pass Me Not is probably the most popular one that we've done as far as hymns. I don't think we've recorded any other hymns. But
Right.
Yeah.
But live, you'll put a lot of hymns.
yeah,
in
especially like I said, if we do open it up for requests sometimes,
Yeah.
just because we call it Stump the Band to see if we can do arrangements on the spot. You know, come up with a bluegrass arrangement live and just see what it sounds like. And
Now that shows talent and confidence right there.
stupidity.
I wasn't going to say that, but it's okay if you say that.
Hey, and it depends on the crowd. You can tell
Yeah.
if the crowd's into it and they don't care if we mess up.
Right.
Right. They don't care if it works out because they might hear a little magic.
Right,
so
right.
to speak. Everything might just work out, and then so it depends on the crowd. Some of these churches that we go to them every year.
Yeah.
So they're friends. We know, and we'll even tell them,
Like family.
y'all are like family. We're just gonna have a good time,
Yeah.
like family reunion tonight.
I even love to hear, there's a lot of bands that do bluegrass covers of even like rock and roll songs.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just fun to hear a common song that I know so well in a different way.
I have the whole album Fade to Bluegrass.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I love it.
And I think there used to be a band called Hayseed Dixie.
Hayseed Dixie.
Yeah, and they were like they played all AC/DC
They played all.
songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a band called Iron Horse that does a lot of. I think they're the one that did Fade to Bluegrass. They did
okay.
the entire Fade to Black album as bluegrass covers.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, and there's a Pickin' On series. I don't know if it's one band or multiple bands, but just Pickin' On, and it's multiple. The Eagles, you'll hear, Garth Brooks, Metallica,
Right.
ACD, whatever.
Yeah, just whatever.
Bluegrass
And
versions of those songs.
I think that's so cool to do. And,
Yeah.
and to hear hymns like that is a neat thing, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and because a lot of times we like to change hymns, and even some of these older songs because we get so used to hearing it that you don't listen anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are times
what I
I've been in a church service and just, let's say, Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
When people sing Amazing Grace, it should be sung from
Sure.
the heart and loud and proud,
Yep.
but you'll be in a church service and it is the most boring thing you've ever heard.
Autopilot.
Right, right.
But if you
And
change,
it's because we know it so well.
yeah, and if you change that arrangement, you can catch their ear, then they'll listen to it again. It's like hearing it for the first time.
Yeah. And you really pick those lyrics then,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think we're going to play another song as we go. Is there anything else you guys need to let us know about before we call it a day?
Well, this singing that we're at this weekend, one of the groups that'll be there is a group called Phillips and Banks. Amazing vocal harmony group. They are going to be at our church this Sunday.
Oh, cool.
So Central Baptist Church, 900 Airport Road South. If y'all would like to come and be with us, it is at 10 o'clock, so you might have to miss your church, but your pastor will understand. I talked to him, and
Right.
he said
says
it's
all right.
okay. He said it's all right. Trust me. But,
And the Lord doesn't care. He's just as long as you go to one of them. That's-
yeah, so Phillips and Banks, they'll be at our church.
And will the whole service going to be kind of a music thing, or is it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll start at 10. I'm not going to let anybody gather without getting the Bible out at least once.
Right.
But we won't keep everybody very long, but mainly it'll be the song service.
You can still get to Lee's chicken. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll make it. You'll make it. They're not going to run out of chicken.
No, they're not. And so that'll be at 10 o'clock on Sunday. Go to Central Baptist Church. That'll be a good time.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to do, let's see, we're going to do Let's All Tell the World About Jesus. I just think that's I don't even know the song, but just hearing the title of it, I think that's a good thing to do in the world we live in right now.
Can I tell you a little bit about it?
Yeah.
Please do.
My dad wrote that one. When my dad got saved in 1979, he had always sung in bars and clubs and stuff in Birmingham in a country group.
And on Country Boy Eddie.
Oh,
yeah.
yep. I know.
And so when he got saved, people still wanted him to get up and sing, but all he knew was like Amazing Grace or I'll Fly Away, those songs in the hymn book. And so he said, Lord, if I'm going to sing, I've got to have some songs.
Right.
And he sat down and wrote 3 songs. And this is one of those songs.
Oh, wow.
So it's been around for quite a while, and he didn't write it quite like this.
No, we didn't.
Right.
I sprinkled seed on it.
And it's grown a
And
little.
it's grown some
So
grass.
this was written by my dad, and anybody that knew my dad, you didn't talk to him 5 minutes without him telling you about Jesus.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so it's just a really good song, really special to us.
Well, I sure appreciate you guys coming in today and brightening up this dreary day outside. we needed that this morning. And I see a little sunlight maybe going to poke out in a few minutes.
It'll peek out.
We'll see. But guys, thanks for tuning in to Live at 9 this morning. We'll be back next week. On Monday, we have a special event that's going to be going on. It's an all-star basketball game that's taking place at Lupton Junior High School. It's the special needs team from Jasper High School is going to play the Lupton girls basketball team at the junior high school. And we're going to go and broadcast that game and make a big deal out of it like it's the NBA championship. So I can't wait to be there. That's going to be at 9. It's either 9 or 9:30, and we'll be posting some information about it on the social media pages. So there won't be a live at 9 that day, but we'll be doing that basketball game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then Woody will be in as soon as we're over with. He'll be handling his professor of rock and roll duties to teach you guys a little bit on Monday. But enjoy your weekend. Be kind and love. And here, enjoy Let's All Tell the World About Jesus by Eagle's Wings.
Put a song in my heart and a smile on my lips. Let's all tell the world about Jesus, how he came to me and set my spirit free. Let's all tell the world about Jesus. Oh, let's all tell the world how he died upon the cross, how he gave his life that the world might not be lost, how he rose again and he saved us from our sins. Let's all tell the world about Jesus. Well, he will come to you if you will ask him to, and then you can tell the world about Jesus. He'll wash away your sin and he will dwell within. You can tell the world about Jesus. Oh, let's all tell the world how he died upon the cross, how he gave his life that the world might not be lost, how he rose again and he saved us from our sins. Let's all tell the world about Jesus. Gave his life that the world might not be lost, how he rose again and he saved us from our sins. Let's all tell the world about Jesus. Let's all tell the world about Jesus. Let's all tell the world about Jesus.